Now I am out in the landscape because tomorrow I'm involved in a project, a dance project, out in the landscape, and this is the arena. Suddenly, one thing leads to another, and now I'm involved in dance, and it's great fun. It's at R.E.D in Norway, and that's Residency Eina Danz, led by Fiskum, a beautiful dancer, and, well, it's just so interesting and so wonderful to be involved. So here we have Fiskum walking in the green field up at R.E.D, Eina, and all the hay balls, it was about 30 or 40 hay balls, and we started the performance with all the dancers on top of one hay ball each. Here she meets Maja-Linn Løkken, who is one of the leaders in Danz In, the other resource centre, and it was a co-production between R.E.D and Danz In. It's the first time that we have our costumes on, all in white, everybody in white, 21 people. Well, it's a week now since we did the performance up at R.E.D in Eina, and I'm so glad it was last week, because today it's absolutely pouring down, and last week it was 28 centigrades. It was stunning weather, and the sky was blue without one single cloud. I have taken the opportunity to go up to Eina once again, because when you are performing yourself, you are so concentrated on what you are doing, so you're not able to do anything else like vlogging or taking photos even. But I did manage to sneak into a couple of videos, as you can see, and I've also had the opportunity to get some nice photos from some of the other players. So that's why I'm able to show you some of the things. But I took the trip up to Ella, and now you shall hear what she has to say about this project. So stay tuned. Ella Fiskum, beautiful dancer, choreographer, project leader, residency manager, everything really. And we have now just finished a project together. I was just thrown into this project, and it was fantastic for me. And what I'm wondering now is how do you start a project like that?
Oh, good question. Well, the ideas kind of pop down in my head somehow. Like I think that I'm very visual, so if I see something visually which kind of strikes me, or I get an image, or if that's one of the ways that I get my ideas, and that's one of the sources for starting a project. So this was definitely, for this project, it was definitely something visually, something like I kind of like to, I mostly like bigger
space?
Yeah, not necessarily space, but I kind of like bigger ideas. That turns me more on than, I tried before to do like, okay, now I'm going to try to make a small project, I'm going to try to do little steps, but doesn't really work for me. So it works better for me that I throw myself into kind of big ocean with that, and then I learn to swim from there. So so this project I had, I saw this field with hay balls, and I kind of got that image of what if it was about, I counted, it must have been 100, 200 hay balls on each side of the road coming up to the farm here. And I was thinking, what if 100 ballerinas on 100 hay balls? Or like it would have been a fantastic image. Yeah, so that was the source for the project. And then I had it for a long time. And there is a festival in Prague, or they have a place in Prague, choreographic development center, and they also have a residency in a castle 2.5 hours away from Prague, which is kind of located in the countryside. It's kind of similar like here. It's a place called R.E.D. So the management from that place, they came here a couple of years ago, and we talked about the collaboration, and we kind of was talking about that it should be an outdoor event in the summertime. And then I kind of briefly just mentioned this idea, and they just loved it.
And here we have Hedda Færøy in her beautiful gown on top of the hay ball.
Then we applied for some EU money, which didn't come along this time, but they are still gonna apply again. But then kind of I kind of also wanted to reach out to the other competence centers for dance in the region, and I feel that we need to do something together. And then I proposed, or I had this project in mind, and then suddenly they were releasing some extra money for projects, and then one of the competence center Danz called me, and they said, should we do something? And then I said, yeah, we can do something. And then I expressed this idea, and they thought it was a good idea. And yeah, and from there it just kind of I kind of jumped into the ocean, and we had very little time to do it. So in my mind, it was this time we did it. It was a pre-project for me.
And here we have our ballerina, Kristine Mo, she's called, and she is together with Sigurd Rones, who lives in Italy. And well, they are just trying out what they can do on the hay ball together. This is, as I told you before, but a rehearsal. And here we have some of the other dancers trying out various combinations of dance. This is not how it ended. It's just rehearsing and trying out things, if this is going to work or not. But you get an impression of what it's like on the very day.
So I wasn't so... I was concerned, because you are concerned when you do something, but I was accepting it not to be very much prepared in a way. But my idea has been there for years. Yeah,
it's wonderful, because we were 21. I counted. We were 21 people.
Yeah.
One actor, which was me,
Yeah.
and then we had 3 musicians. We had 4 children.
Yeah.
And the rest was dancers from very
Diverse
different
Yeah.
backgrounds. So even a ballerina.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on this hay ball, and it was so fantastic. And I think we all had so much energy in the project on a very, very small time limit.
Yeah.
We all just did our 120%.
Yeah.
And when we did it, it was so perfect,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
So that was so marvelous, and I wish everybody could have seen it. I have only tried to make tiny small videos, so I will show the public, but it's very small, because as you are performing yourself, you're not able to do very much.
No. Yeah.
But you are a resource center for Innlandet, which is the county that
Yeah.
we live in.
Yeah.
But there's also now established another one called Danz. And where is that? Is that
They
far
are
away?
based mostly from Hamar. It kind of
Okay.
it kind of emerged from people working in and around Hamar, Brumunddal.
Mhm.
It was a project. I think they managed to get funding from Hamar and was it No, what is Ringsaker kommune?
Mhm.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then of course the merge of Oppland and Hedmark.
Yes.
And suddenly we are in the same county. And then also you have a competence center in Fjelldansen
Yes.
by Hallgrim Hansegård. Yeah.
Yes.
So we are actually 3 competence centers for dance in Innlandet County right now.
Which is quite
Much.
fantastic, really.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
And especially when you manage to work together, of course.
Yeah.
But this dancing, that's a group of various dancers. But you are on your own, and coming here, buying this farm, making the barn, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
yes, the barn, into a dance studio and performing center, and having to use all the nature around you. It's absolutely breathtaking, and it's wonderful, and I'm so impressed of you. So, well, I think that will be all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for joining in the project. That was like that was gold, as I would say. Sometimes you find gold, and you're one of the gold in that project. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that will be all today, but I will be back in a fortnight's time. And in the meantime, if you are interested in seeing more from Ella Fiskum, you can watch this lovely little video made 5 years ago, the new Shakespeare songbook. It is Sonnet 138. It's Arne Brun, one of our great singers from Norway, who has made the song, and it's Sudesh Adhani and Ella Fiskum dancing. So please watch it if you want to see more of Ella. Bye for now.